Never in your life should you ever befriend a fan, okay? Keep a fan in a fan's place. Hi, Bella Beauties. Welcome back to my channel. I have an older video on my channel called She Wants to Be You. That video talks more about the different phases of obsessive narcissistic friends. This video will focus more on the psychology of fans. People that are obsessed with you and want to be you, they admire you and hate you at the same time. I have so many experiences of this in my life. Have you ever had a girl, right, pursue you to be friends? So they go out of their way to pursue you, right? She likes you, she likes your style, your personality. Maybe you are very beautiful, maybe you're very you have great fashion sense, you're great at socializing, you're popular, maybe you're smart, talented, creative. Either way, she admires you and she wants to be just like you, right? But here's the catch, okay? What starts out as admiration can quickly spiral into something very toxic. These fans are not pursuing you or your friendship in a genuine way. Okay, they're pursuing you as an idealized version of you that's in their mind, right? Something they envy or want to possess. Okay, it's not about getting to know you for who you are. Okay, it's about what you represent to them. And trust me, this never ends well, okay? I am a testament to this, okay? They start off maybe flattering you, okay? Compliments and everything about you. Oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so smart. Your body's so nice. Da, 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 da. Going out of their way to be around you, okay? They might even mimic your style, your personality, or interests to get closer to you, okay? At first, it might feel even harmless or even flattering, but over time, their true intentions is going to surface, okay? These so-called fans can become very clingy, entitled, overly invasive. They might ask you intrusive questions, okay? They feel entitled to your time and attention, or they might even overstep boundaries with you that you didn't even know needed to be set, okay? They assume a closeness with you that haven't been earned yet. Their admiration begins to feel more like an obsession because they are obsessed with you, okay? And then comes the switch, okay? When they realize they can't fully be you, right? Or match what they idolize. The love-hate dynamic kicks in, okay? They start comparing themselves to you, subtly competing with you, or even belittling you to make themselves feel better. Okay, they might ignore you on purpose, embarrass you in front of others, or make mean comments disguised as jokes. Okay, is their way of trying to pull you down to their level because of your success or your beauty or your confidence, whatever makes them feel inadequate. Some fans can take it to the extreme. Okay, they monitor your every move, they stalk you, whether online or in person or through other people, or even sabotage opportunities for you. Jealousy can turn into outright hostility. Okay, what started out as admiration morphs into resentment. And suddenly the person who wanted to be your friend is now plotting against you. Okay, that's why I say never in your life should you befriend a fan. Okay, keep fans in a fan's place. Friendship should be mutual with respect and care from both sides. Okay, fans do not see you as their equal. Okay, they see you as an object of obsession. Okay, that's not just emotionally exhausting, but it's also very dangerous. Okay, so in this video, I'll dive deeper into the psychology of fans, how to spot them, why you should never befriend them, and how to protect yourself from their toxic behaviors. All right, so let's talk about the psychology of fans. Okay. Why fans behave this way? Why do they behave this way? Okay. So fans are drawn to you because of the qualities you have. Okay. They perceive these qualities as unattainable for themselves. Okay. So they feel like they can't attain what you have, but they really admire that, right? Maybe you're very confident. Maybe you're really beautiful. You have a nice body. You're very successful, talented, creative, whatever. They admire you, but their admiration is rooted in a sense of lack. They see in you what they feel they can't achieve for themselves. Okay, this leads to a love-hate dynamic where they idolize you but secretly resent you. Okay, for example, they admire your confidence in social settings, but secretly they feel envious and inadequate because they struggle with shyness, or maybe they have a social anxiety or self-doubt. Okay, that's just an example. It might even seem flattering. Okay, they hype you up, they shower you with compliments, and seems genuinely impressed by who you are. Fans can also project their unmet desires onto you. Okay, they tend to do that. If they feel overlooked or unimportant in their own lives, they might latch onto you in hopes of sharing the attention and the validation that you receive. Okay, they think being close to you will somehow make them feel more valued, as if your shine can also reflect on them. If you guys watch my video called Pretty Girls, an Obsession, I had this friend called Martha who was literally obsessed with me. Okay, she's still obsessed with me till this day, to the point where she wanted to go on my date with me. Okay, these people want to live through you. Okay, that's not a compliment. You need to be scared and set boundaries. I mean, I was going on a date and this girl threw a tantrum and said she wants to go on a date with me because, quote unquote, well, I'm your best friend, so if he's dating you, then he's dating me too. Sick in the head. They're sick in the head. They want to be you. They want to wear your skin. Okay. So they either become overly dependent on you for validation, or they develop a resentment because they feel inferior to you all the time without you ever having to do anything. They might initially idolize you, but as the imbalance grows, right? Sometimes fans, that's why I say keep them at arm's length, because fans, when they are not close to you, when they don't have that access to you, you know, they are more likely to just admire you, right? But once they get close to you, once they become friends with you and they get in your close circle and they really get to know you up close and personal, that's when their resentment really grows into hate and envy, okay? And that's when it really starts to manifest, because now they actually get close to you and, oh, you're not lying. Like, you're really who you are, who you say you are. And you really live this life, and you're really this pretty, and you're really you're really that girl. Like, once they get really close to you, like that's when the envy really like manifests and gets really worse, because when they're far away from you, like they can just admire you like from afar, because like, you know, they're not really close to you. But once they get really close to you, to feel you, taste you, look at you, like you're really that girl, they're really, it gets them sick. Okay. Fans might initially idolize you, but as the imbalance grows, they might feel threatened by your success or your qualities, and this will lead them to undermine or compete with you in subtle or overt ways. So, for example, they might start imitating your style and or accomplishments and or looks, not out of genuine admiration, but as an attempt to outshine you or prove that they are your equal or better, because they always feel inferior next to you. Not because of your doing, but just because of who they are. They're just jealous. Might become overly dependent on you for their own self-worth. Okay, they'll constantly seek your approval and validation, which can become exhausting for you. Turn to you for advice, reassurance, or even emotional support in ways that feel intrusive or one-sided. Okay, they literally become codependent on you for their own self-esteem. It's weird. So why is this such a problem? Okay, the love-hate dynamic fans develop is dangerous. Okay, their admiration can quickly turn into obsession, which leads to boundary crossing behavior. They might start monitoring you, your every move, pushing for more access to your life, or even trying to control or undermine you. Okay, it's important to recognize these behaviors early and protect yourself. I know it's tempting to let fans into your inner circle because of their enthusiasm. Like, maybe they give you a lot of compliments, like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Oh my God, you're so smart. Like, it's flattering, right? But that dynamic is not healthy. Okay, their insecurities and their fixations on you create a foundation for toxic relationships that can harm your peace and stability. Okay, so in the next section, we will explore how to spot a fan and how to set boundaries and keep yourself safe. Okay, so how do you spot a fan? Okay, mind you, some of this might sound contradictory to what a fan is. Okay, so number one way to spot a fan is overly eager behavior. Okay, they overly compliment everything about you and seem excessively impressed by even the smallest things. They want to be around you all the time. You might even get uncomfortable, right? Because they are laying it on too thick. Like, they want to be around you all the time. It's weird, right? Like they kind of like latch onto you. Okay. Number two, they lack boundaries. So they constantly want to be around you, not giving you space. They cling on to you, right? Or they insert themselves into your life, your personal life, or overstep personal boundaries, okay, right? They feel entitled to your personal life for some reason, right? They ask you overly personal questions. They assume a closeness that hasn't been earned yet. That's important, okay? If you just met somebody and they just feel so close to you already, red flag, okay? It hasn't been earned yet. When you set a boundary, they might act hurt or offended. They don't do well with boundaries. They feel like they need to be closer to you. They feel entitled to be closer to you. Lack of respect for your boundaries reveals their true mindset. Okay, they don't see you as an equal or as a human, right? But as someone that they want to possess, control, or gain validation from. Okay, their entitlement is a red flag for toxic dynamics that could escalate if not addressed. Okay. Next is dependency. So they rely on you for their sense of self-worth and approval. Okay. They might fish for compliments. So they'll say, oh my God, I'm so ugly. You're so pretty. I'm so fat. Your body's so nice. And they expect you to reassure them. Okay. They overly depend on your opinions or mimic your behaviors to gain your acceptance. Okay. So they might seem emotionally unsteady, okay, when you don't provide them with the attention or validation that they crave. They might sulk or guilt trip you or act out, like throw a tantrum, okay, when you don't give them attention or the validation that they want. Okay. In my obsession video, I told you guys that I had a friend, we call her Phyllis on this channel. She literally sulked because she said that I'm not paying enough attention to her. Okay. They're weird, okay? Like for example, let's say in your life, if you don't respond to their text or praise them for something, they start acting distant or accuse you of ignoring them. Like they literally do things for your approval. Like it becomes exhausting after a while. Okay, like they're overly dependent on you. Okay, their moods are tied directly to how much attention or reassurance that you give them, and that shouldn't be that way, guys. They're not your children. Okay, these are people that's not related to you. Okay, and even if they're not your children, it still shouldn't be that way. Okay, okay. So this dependency creates a one-sided dynamic where you end up carrying all the emotional weight of the relationship. Over time, their reliance on you can feel suffocating, and their inability to maintain their self-esteem without your input, becomes draining and potentially manipulative. Next, constant comparisons. Okay. They frequently compare themselves to you. So whether it's your appearance, your achievements, lifestyle, or even personality traits. Okay. So these comparisons can manifest as jealousy, resentment, or even mimicry as they try to keep up with you. Okay. So for example, at one of my old jobs, when I was new, okay, there was this girl. She's actually the one that trained me, which was a whole another thing because she sabotaged me. Okay. But that's a whole nother story. But at this time I was skinny. Like my weight fluctuates. Okay. So sometimes I'm skinny, sometimes I'm slim thick. Okay. So at this time I was skinny. I was like 127 pounds. Okay. I'm slim thick right now. Okay. But the way that my body is shaped, I have like Coca-Cola shape. Like, so even when I'm skinny, like if you guys know like Drea Michelle, her frame, I'm not as thick as her. Like my butt is not as big as hers. But with her, the way her shape is, that's how my frame kind of is. So even when I'm skinny, like I still have hips, I still have shape. And at this time, this girl, she was a little thick. Okay, it's not fat, but she wasn't like shapely thick, right? She was like, yeah, I used to be skinny. Yeah, I only weighed this amount. And mind you, I didn't ask. I didn't bring up anything about weight. I didn't start talking about weight and nothing. She just started talking to me out of nowhere about her weight and how much she used to weigh. Just laying it on thick, like then she started she pulled out her phone, started showing me old pictures of her when she used to be skinnier. She was like, yeah, I used to be skinny. I got on birth control and it made me big and it's like, my mind, I'm like, I didn't ask, but okay, sure. So already they're comparing themselves to you. Okay, already they're comparing themselves to you, right? I wasn't even talking about it, but it was bothering her so much. Like she was contemplating about my figure so much. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there doing my job. Okay, I'm not even worried about her. But it was bothering her so much that she felt she had to prove herself to me. So immediately she was in a secret competition with me. Okay, and she did something really awful to me that I'm not gonna say on this channel yet, but that's a whole nother thing. Another example, remember that older lady that I said she kept saying I'm so quiet? Like she also, okay, again, I wasn't talking to her, okay, like we weren't friends in the workplace, like whatever. I'm doing my job, minding my business. This day I had my afro out and in all its glory, right? My afro is big. I cut it short a little bit, but at that time it was huge, okay? I have a lot of hair, right? And I guess it was really bothering her so much. She gets up while the whole office is silent and says, Bella, I don't know how you do it. I could never have my hair out like that. Like my hair is too silky. Yeah, my hair doesn't stand up like that. No, she just kept saying it. And like nobody asked, right? Nobody asked. And the whole office is just looking at her like, okay, like who asked, right? They're all always comparing themselves to you. Okay, this same lady also started telling me one day about how she also used to be skinny. She was like 45 at the time. I was like 22. Okay, and how she used to dress when she was younger. So immediately she's sizing me up how I dress, how my body is, how my hair is. Like she is sizing me up. Okay, and she feels the need to compete with me and compare herself to me. So immediately, she just starts comparing herself to me about how she used to be when she was younger. She used to be skinny before she had kids, and she used to dress like this and that, and trying to show me pictures. And I'm just like, I didn't ask. Like, who asked? I didn't ask. Okay. That's a fan. Okay. When you spot somebody doing this, that's a fan, and you need to distance yourself from her. Because this lady also did some ish to me too. Like, they are in secret competition with you. Okay. Keep them at arm's length. Okay. Sometimes with fans, it's best to have them admire you from afar. Okay. Don't try to soothe their ego. Okay. Not all fans come in the form of enthusiasm, flattery, or friendliness. Okay. Some fans can actually come off as haters. The reason behind this is because their ego will not allow them to be nice to you. Okay. The jealousy literally eats them alive. Okay. Their jealousy and envy are so intense that their ego won't allow them to be kind to you. So you will see that maybe you're meeting a group of girls, or maybe you're new somewhere. Everybody else will be nice to you, talk to you, be friendly and whatever. But they will be the one to like be cold towards you, or give you dirty looks, or give you like me mugging you, like just being cold and aggressive to you for no reason, or being hostile for no reason. It's because in their head, they feel like, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, she's so smart. Oh, she's so confident. Like, look at all these fans around her. Like, I'm not going to be her fan. Like, what am I? I'm not going to be her fan. Like, no, I'm going to humble her. Who does she think she is? Like, who do you think you are? Like, that's how their mind works. Okay, that's that jealousy eating them alive. Okay. Okay. Their jealousy will not allow them to be kind to you. So instead, they will project their insecurities through hostility or criticism. Okay, so these types of fans are still obsessed with you. They watch your every move, right? They analyze you and your actions. They keep tabs on your life, but their envy makes it impossible for them to express admiration for you. All right. So instead, they mask their obsession with mean comments, unnecessary criticism, or outright hostility. Okay. They're hostile to you for no reason, just mean for no reason. Okay. These behaviors stem from the same place as the overly friendly fans. Okay. They admire something about you that they feel like they lack, right? But their ego can't handle acknowledging that admiration. So they lash out instead. Okay. So whether they act nice or mean, they both want the same thing: to either be you or tear you down so that they feel better about themselves. Okay. Now, this doesn't mean that you befriend these types or allow these people to close to you because you just understand that they actually admire you and not hate you. No, you need to get away from them. Okay. you need to get away from them. Like, as my people pleasers and my nice girls, like, do not make yourself the sacrificial lamb for their self-esteem. Okay, do not try to downplay yourself or insult yourself or be overly like dumb yourself down, or to make them feel better when they're around you, so they're not so intimidated when they're around you. Okay, stop doing that. It's only going to end up with you hurt. Okay, stay away from that. Okay, so let's speaking of this, let's actually talk about negative behaviors that fans exhibit. Okay, right? Fans also can exhibit negative behaviors. And I know this is kind of contradictory because fans sounds like somebody that admires you, right? But they do exhibit some negative behavior. So let's talk about it. So mean comments and belittling. Okay, fans can make passive aggressive or outright rude remarks meant to put you down. Okay, they frame these as jokes. You guys know how I feel about insults as jokes, right? Or quote unquote honest opinions. Like, no, you know those people that just say like, I'm just brutally honest. Like, I don't play games. I'm just brutally honest. Stay away from those people. Okay. Honesty does not require brutality. Okay. You can be honest with somebody and still be respectful. Okay. You don't have to berate somebody to be honest with them. Okay. The intent is to make you feel small because they see you on a pedestal. So they'll just keep throwing these digs at you under the guise of a joke, right? To make you feel bad about yourself every time you see them. Okay? It's about projecting their insecurities onto you and trying to chip away at your confidence. This is their way of leveling the playing field, even if it's at your expense. Okay? Number 2 is public humiliation. Okay, they call you out or embarrass you in public as a way to knock you off your pedestal. Okay, so they might share personal information of yours, okay, or point out your mistakes or make sarcastic comments in front of others to shift attention to themselves, or bring up some embarrassing thing you did a while ago, okay, out of nowhere. Okay, this is their way of shifting the power dynamic. Okay, they want to take you off that pedestal they put you on. They want other people to focus on your perceived flaws so that they can feel a sense of control and superiority. I remember in college, this friend that I had, we went out somewhere to meet some guys that she knows. I didn't know those guys at all, to party and stuff. So I get there and one of these guys asked me a very personal, rude question. Okay, he came at me very disrespectfully, and I had to cuss his ass out. Okay. This was a question about something that only my friend will know about. He felt comfortable enough to disrespect me because of the foundation that my so-called friend had laid out. Okay. She told these guys my personal business to humiliate me in front of them, right? Making me look bad while making herself look better in comparison. Mind you, this girl will only invite me to places like this because she knew that, the men will be on my body. Okay. Okay. Like, she won't invite her other friends because I'm that girl. Right. But she sets it up in a way where, like, like if I came in and those guys didn't know anything about me, like, they will be fanned out. Right. They were still fanned out. But because she told them some personal information about me, they felt like, oh, well, I know the real you, so I can come at you disrespectfully. Like, that's how she set it up, right? She knew that if I came in without them knowing anything about me, they'll be fanned out, right? They were still fanned out regardless after I cussed them out, right? But this made the guy feel like he knew something about me to humble me, right? To try to level the playing field. Like, she thought she could knock me off my pedestal and make herself appear superior to these guys. Didn't work because they're still thirsting after me. Okay. But the point is, they try to embarrass you, especially like preemptive slander. Like, they slander you before you get somewhere or before you meet certain people so that those people can have a bad taste in their mouth about you. Right. And it could be lies too. Like, I don't know. I can only imagine what else she told these guys. Okay. I can only imagine. But that girl hated me. Anyway. Next is intrusive questions. Okay. So fans develop a sense of entitlement to every detail of your life. like as if they have a right to know your personal business. So they might ask you overly personal questions like, how did you afford that? Oh, who are you dating? Who is he? How did you guys? Oh, okay. Have you guys had sex yet? Oh, like it's too personal. Okay. Their questions are rooted in judgment or curiosity about how they can replicate your success. Okay. They see your life as a template and feel that by extracting information from you, they can adopt your success or your style or even personality as their own. Okay. They ask questions not to understand you better as a person, but to analyze the mechanics of your life so that they can mimic it. Entitlement is a huge red flag. Okay. No one has a right to pry into your personal life, especially under the guise of quote unquote friendship. Okay. Genuine friends respect your boundaries and don't feel the need to dig into the details of your private life. Okay. Remember that in my obsession video, I told you guys that I had a friend, Martha, who literally threatened to end the friendship because I wasn't ready to tell her who I was dating yet. Like, how is that your business? If I'm not ready to tell you who I'm dating, why are you like, you're going to end the friendship because I'm not ready to tell you who it is yet? Like, girl, what? That's not endearing. Okay. That's not because, oh, we're just best friends, so I have to tell her everything. That's not what best friends do. They should respect your boundary. She felt entitled to know my personal, private life. If I'm not ready to tell you, I'm not ready to tell you. But they want to know every single little thing about you so that they can replicate you, so that they can become you. Okay? It's sick. It's sick. Okay? Next, they force closeness too fast. Okay? Fans tend to rush relationships. They try to get close to you as quickly as possible. Okay? They act as though you've been best friends for years when you just met. Okay? They ignore the natural process of building trust over time. Okay, fans want to hang out frequently or forcefully insert themselves into your life. Okay, they ask to spend time together excessively. Okay, like, girl, I'm not your man. You know what I'm saying? They become overbearing and disregard your need for space. So they might insist on being part of your plans or show up uninvited to events. Like, for example, like let's say you have your own friends that you've been known that you want to hang out with, but they want to join that group. Like they want to join you. Okay. And it's like, you don't even know these people, girl. Like, what you doing? Like, these are my long time friends. Like, what are you doing? Like, they want to force themselves into your life. Like, and a lot of times they do this to try to steal your friends because eventually they want to replace you. Like, they want to become you. So sometimes people will come into your life, try to hang out with all your friends, and then, turn all your friends against you, and then they become friends with all your friends, and then you are left out. Okay. So they keep trying to force their way into your life. Okay. That is a red flag. Okay. Or they show up uninvited to your events or your plans or whatever. Okay. This behavior is not about genuine closeness. Okay. It's about their need to feel important and connected to you for their own validation. Okay. It can also be a way to control the relationship that you guys have. Okay. This ensures that they have as much access to you as possible. Now, I know I'm talking about this in a friendship sense, but imagine if this was a man that you were dating. That would be a huge red flag. But we give friends so many chances, like because we don't put friendship in the same category as romantic relationship. We tend to think romantic relationship is just like so much more superior and so much more important. But it's like your friendships are also just as important. And we don't vet friends. Like, we tend to not vet friends, and we should. These people are crazy out here, and I am a testament to that. Okay. But anyway, let's go back. So fans rush a relationship and force closeness. And this stems from their own insecurity, and their need for validation and their unrealistic idealization of you. Okay. They lack self-esteem and they see you as a source of their validation. Okay. They hope that by getting close to you, they can feel more significant or important. Okay. Just like how they see you. Right. So this behavior is driven by a desire to control or possess what they admire, aka you, or your personality, or your looks, or your friends, or your life. Okay. They're trying to shortcut the natural process of developing trust. Okay. So this is also a huge thing. Okay. You need to trust somebody before you can bring them into your private circle. Okay. So So when they force their way into your life, like they become overly persistent and they just become clingy and stuff, that's a red flag. Okay. They tend to put you on a pedestal and view you as someone that's perfect or special. And this idealization can create unrealistic sense of connection or entitlement. So they might believe that the closeness they want will make them feel more connected to the ideal version of you that they've constructed in their mind. Okay. They're sick. Okay. Fans, their intense desire to rush a relationship is rooted in their need to control or possess what they admire. So they want to own, quote unquote, a piece of your life, your attention, your personality. They try to replicate your traits or get access to your world. Okay. By pushing for closeness, they hope to have more influence or access to the things that they admire in you. Right? This desire stems from a need to feel superior to you, to compare themselves to you, or to model themselves after you. Fantasize about what it will be like to be you, like to be in your life, be like you, have guys like you like that, go on dates, have people, admire you like that. They fantasize about that. And I know some of you guys are thinking like, oh, these bitches are obsessed with me. Oh, these bitches are fans. Da, da, da. Like, it's not cute. Do you realize that you're in danger? You're in danger. These people are sick. It's not cute. Okay? Next, okay? They feel ownership over you. Isn't that crazy? Fans can develop a toxic sense of ownership over your life. Okay. They act like they have a claim on your time, energy, and decisions. Okay. This entitlement often shows up as demanding behavior. So they might get upset if you don't respond to their messages right away, cancel plans, or don't prioritize them above other people or other things in your life. I have so many examples of this, especially with Martha, but at some point I felt like I was in the actual romantic relationship with her, with how she was just like so obsessed with me. I just felt like like, girl, I'm not your man. Like, oh my God. But basically, people who act like they own you often struggle with insecurity, control issues, and unhealthy attachment. Okay. Their possessive behavior stems from a fear of losing you, or jealousy of your independence, or a need to boost their own self-worth by tying it to your life. Okay. So they might guilt trip you, or demand access to your personal details, or react negatively to your boundaries because they see your autonomy as a threat. Okay. So they want you to be like a Barbie doll. Like, you are their possession. You are their Barbie doll. Like, they want to live through you. Like, you're just like, they just attach themselves to you. Like, this girl wanted to go on my date with me. Like, oh God. Okay. Just sick. Like, not when I'm talking about it, I'm so ashamed. Like, why did I put up with this? Like, that's what I get for being a people pleaser, guys. Like, trying to save and heal people, and like, okay. All right. Like, for example, if you don't share certain personal details with them, they might press you with questions or guilt trip you for not being, quote unquote, open with them. Okay, right? They might also feel offended when you set boundaries with them. If somebody feels offended when you set boundaries with them, that's a red flag. You need to get away from them. That's not a healthy person. Okay? It's as if your life revolves around their needs or their expectations. Okay? It's like a child. It's like having a child that's obsessed with you. It's weird. It's not funny. It's not cute. Okay. It's not cute. Like, I know it's cute to say like, oh, these bitches are obsessed with me. These girls are fans. But really, when you actually have a fan that's obsessed with you, it's not cute. Okay. Also, next, we have one-upping behavior. So they always want to one-up you, right? They always try to outdo you because they're in a secret competition with you. You don't know that you're in a competition. You think you're just in a friendship or a relationship with somebody. The whole time they're in this imaginary competition with you. Okay. So whether it's copying your accomplishments and adding their own spin, or trying to overshadow your moments, okay, they'll find ways to assert themselves as, quote unquote, better than you, right? It's not just about admiration. They're determined to prove that they're on your level, or better yet, above your level, okay? They see you as up there. So they always try to do things to try to outdo you. Like if you Let's say if you dress well, like they will overly overdress every single time they meet you because they're in this competition with you when you're just chilling, like you're just being yourself. Like everything is a competition. So many people come to mind when I say this, but I'm not gonna spend too much time here. Okay, listen, I've been through it. Okay, your girl has been through it. Like I've been through it. Okay, shout out to my therapist because yeah, the girls have done me wrong, guys. The girls have done me wrong. They have, but it's okay. Let's move on. Next is copying you. Woo! I know some of y'all have experience with this. I surely do. Fans are notorious for mimicking your style, personality, and mannerisms. Okay, they might dress like you, speak like you, or adopt your habits, often crossing the line from admiration to obsession. Okay. What begins as simply admiration can quickly cross into obsession, where they try to become a carbon copy of you. Okay. Some fans may even accuse you of copying them, when in reality, they are the ones that's following your lead, right? When you abandon your original style to appease them, like, okay, you keep saying I'm copying, like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to stop dressing like this. I'm just going to do something else. Then when you abandon your original style, they will adopt your original style, okay, and act as though that was their idea all along, okay? These people are sick. They're sick, okay? This reflects their need to merge with your identity, okay? They blur the lines between admiration and competition, okay? So I have a couple examples of this. Let's talk about it. So in high school, I had a friend called Tabitha, okay? And let me just skip forward, right? We went to different colleges, and we had a friendship that was on and off. Okay, at this time we were off. Okay, and at this is what the time when like Snapchat was really like popping, right? So when I was in college, no, when I was really lit, when I used to go out a lot and I used to party a lot, I had a certain phrase that I used to say. Everybody knew was my phrase. I'm not gonna say what it is because I'm not trying to give myself away here. But there was a certain lingo, a certain phrase I used to say every time I was out and like partying. Like everybody knew that was my phrase, okay? And I used to, when I was on Snapchat, like I used to be saying that all the time because I was lit, okay? So at this time, me and Tabitha was, we weren't talking, we weren't friends, like we just, whatever. And we weren't following each other on any social medias. So, but she would see me through other friends' Snapchat saying this lingo, right? And I noticed one day that some weird Snapchat account with no like streaks or anything had followed me. Immediately, I knew it was her because she's a stalker. But I didn't say anything. I allowed her to follow me. And this will be the first account that will watch. I'll post something and she'll be the first one to watch. Okay. And then, so fast forward, this was summer after my freshman year of college. So we came back cool. Okay. And, I told her that I knew that account was hers and she looked frozen. But I just laughed it off because I knew it was embarrassing for her, right? But anyway, fast forward when we went back to school and she got back to school, right? And she was, I guess, trying to be like me. So every time she would go out partying, she would start saying the things I used to say, using my lingo, acting exactly like me, my mannerisms. I thought you didn't like me, boo. I thought you didn't like me. Why you? Listen, when I tell you how many times girls have to try to steal my personality, like, yo, even down to my laugh, bitches steal my laugh. Like, okay. Let's not talk about that. But she would wear the things I used to wear. When I'm lit, there's a certain way that I am. It's very unique. And she would just copy all my mannerisms. So I'm just like, wow, this girl is crazy. Like, wow. And this, the summer when like we got back cool, I think like we were doing something and she was on Instagram and I had to look up somebody for her. And when I was going to type in my name in her search thing, I was the first person that came up. That means she frequently watches my Instagram, even though she didn't follow me at that time because we weren't cool before then, right? So she constantly watch me and stalk me. Like, oh, I have so many stories like this. It's crazy. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, I have another example. So you guys are probably tired of Phyllis, okay? Phyllis. But basically, this girl really was a pure narcissist. Like, and basically, she broke down my self-esteem. Like basically just everything that I was, she'll say that I'm not. So like I'm pretty, she'll say I'm not pretty. Like I get, I get the guys who say, oh, nobody wants you, nobody loves you, da, da, da. Like this girl really broke down my self-esteem to the point where I actually started to believe it, right? Fast forward, we're no longer friends, right? And I see, how on TikTok, like you see, like when you have somebody's contact in your phone, like sometimes TikTok shows you on your For You page, like when they post something. So I saw a video of her, with her new life, I guess, and she's literally me 2.0. She is the carbon copy of me. The things she said that she hates about me and it's so awful. She's me. She is me 2.0. Listen. Ooh! Oh my God. Yo, my life is a movie, bitch. Cause she's me 2.0. Like, yo, what I do, what I say, how I am. Like, listen, I'm a litty bitch. Like, ooh, she was not like this. Everything that was about me that made me great, that she berated me for, she adopted it, and it's now me 2.0. I don't know what it is about me that attracts obsessive women, but yeah, which is crazy. But anyway, moving on. Next is they turn other people against you. So I said before that sometimes they try to get close to you to infiltrate your circle and try to become friends with your friends and then turn them against you. And then they become friends with your friends and it's like, they're you, right? So whether it's out of jealousy, insecurity, or their desire to control the narrative, they might spread rumors or make negative comments about you to people in your circle, right? Or they might just lie, right? Their goal is to isolate you or undermine your relationships, all while positioning themselves as a better alternative or as someone who understands you more than anyone else. So they want to be the only one in your life that you trust, that they start telling you that, oh, this person is fake towards you, you can't trust them. So they want to be the only ones that you can trust, right? They try to isolate you, right? The whole time they're also turning your friends against you, right? So your friends move away from you and then you also don't trust your friends. So then they're the only ones between you guys, right? So for example, so they might gossip about you or question your motives or exaggerate misunderstandings in an effort to paint you in a bad light, right? They could also create division by playing the victim or making other people believe you wronged them or treat them unfairly. So this girl, Phyllis, right? She went around telling her other friends on campus that I did to her what she actually did to me. So that when her friends saw me, they gave me a dirty look. Can you believe that? Listen, I've been through so much with friends. Like this is why my channel is more focused on like friends and other types of relationship other than like romantic relationships, because you guys, I did not grow up with my biological mother, and the women that I did grow up with, so I grew up with my auntie and my stepmom. These were narcissistic, sociopathic women that were basically hated me, and were just mean girls to me and just fucking bullied me. But so to me, like, it's just like when you grow up with things like this, you're more likely to attract them later in life. And I didn't have a mother that, will tell me like, oh, they're jealous of you. Like, oh, they're this, they're this. Like, so every time these girls would do things to me, like, I'll actually start to believe it because I didn't have my mother, that would tell me like, oh, these girls are jealous of you. Oh, I didn't have that, right? I had the opposite. So I didn't really know my power until pretty late. Okay. But anyway, let's move forward. So next one is hostility and or ignoring you. So fans, like I said, Sometimes they don't want to be the one that's, fanning out over you, like, oh, everybody else like her. Oh no, I'm gonna give her a hard time. Like, I'm gonna humble her. Like, I don't want to be seen as her fan. Like, so they'll be hostile towards you for no reason, or very aggressive towards you, or just like outright ignore you, um, and all of that. This is their own internal conflict. Like, they really admire you to the point where, like, their ego will not allow them to be nice to you, right? Or to be a healthy person towards you. Okay. Right, next is obsessive monitoring. So I talk about this in my video called Pretty Girls and Obsession. So you guys check that out. Check that video out if you haven't checked it out already. But fans can become overly invested in your life. They track your every move on social media, right? They ask for constant updates or even engage in stalking behaviors, okay? Their obsessive need to know everything about you is invasive and unhealthy, okay? Fans become overly invested in your life. They cross your boundaries in a way that feels intrusive and uncomfortable. They track your every move on social media. They obsessively watch your posts, comments, and stories. They're trying to live through you, right? Or they're trying to see what you do and then they replicate it. So I also have many examples of this. Yo, I've been through it. I've been through it, bitch. Um, yo, I would do something very unique and this girl will replicate it. Like, I'll go hang out with like my friends who are guys or my cousins, and then this girl will call me on FaceTime and prove to me that she's also hanging out with guys. And it's just like, yo, it's just weird. Yo, I'll do something, she'll watch it and then go replicate it. That's that secret competition. Like, and I'm just like at that time I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, okay, like I took everything for face value. Like, I'm like, okay, whatever. But yo, everything I'll do, this girl will do it too. Like, she'll even lie. Like, I'll say, like, oh, this guy, he likes me. He said he was stalking me. He's like, well, yeah, he liked me too. He said the same thing to me, which was a lie. It was a lie. I'm embarrassed. Okay. This level of obsession is not normal. It's a sign of emotional dependency and a lack of respect for your boundaries. Okay. So if somebody is constantly stalking, listen, I will block people and then they'll try to get other people to tell me to unblock them. Like, they want to watch you so bad. It's so weird. It's so weird. Like, now my Instagram is on private. Like, I block people. Like, I do not play about my peace anymore. Like, I don't know what you're doing with my pictures and my videos, but no, the monitoring, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. But it's unhealthy obsession. Like, they become very obsessed with monitoring you and just seeing what you do. Like, I had this one girl, don't know this girl at all. We weren't friends or anything, but I don't know how she found me on Instagram, but she requested me on Instagram. And I accepted because, like, she looked normal. She didn't look like a weirdo. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But I will post something on my story, and then in her next story, by the way, she'll be the first one to watch my story. Okay, first one. I don't know this girl. Okay. And she'll be the first one to watch my story. And then the next, on her story, it will be something very similar to what I posted. Like, for example, I posted that, like, I went parasailing in Miami. And then the next, her story is the same, like, oh, take me back to Miami when I was parasailing. I don't know this girl. I will post my family, right? And then she'll post an old picture of her family. At first I thought I was going crazy, but then, like, every single thing I'll post, like, she'll post something similar. I'm just like, who is this girl? Like, who sent her? Like, who are you? I don't know her. I don't know her. But it's weird. But anyway, people that obsessively monitor you, those are fans. Stay away from them. They're weird. Okay. Next one is physical violence. Okay. Sometimes fans get so obsessed with you and so jealous of your existence that it can drive them to want to physically harm you. Okay. It's not even about rejection. Sometimes just being yourself is enough to trigger their anger. Okay. They feel threatened by your success or presence or your beauty. And that insecurity can turn into resentment. It's not about you, but about your own issues being projected onto you, right? I've had so called friends put their hands on me unprovoked. Like I actually did nothing to them, right? This same Martha girl told me straight up, like, I want to slap you sometimes. And it wasn't because I did anything to her or said anything stupid or anything, nothing. She was just angry at me for no reason. This girl wanted to be me. Like the kind of behavior is beyond toxic, is dangerous. Okay. When someone's anger towards you comes out of nowhere, it's a huge red flag. And that's exactly why you have to be cautious about who you allow into your life. Because if they can't become you, they will either destroy you or what you have or unalive you. Okay. Or break your self-esteem down to the point where you feel like you want to unalive yourself. Okay. I've heard stories of girls getting jumped by their friends or getting beat up by their friends unprovoked. Okay. Girls getting acid thrown on them by their friends. Girls getting set up to be R-worded or trafficked by their friends, and unalived by their friends, aka Shanquella Robinson. This is not a game, guys. You're in danger. Okay, do not befriend fans. Like I said, it's cute to be like, oh, like these girls are my fans. Oh, they watch me. Oh, they stalk me. Oh, these girls want to be me. Like it's cute. I know it's cute and all of that, but you're in danger. Okay, you are in danger. It's not cute. These people will unalive you. Okay. All right. Now let's move on to the next section, which is how to protect yourself from fans. Okay. Number one is limit access. Okay. If they're a friendly fan, okay, right? Accept the friendliness. Okay. Accept the pleasantries that it comes with. Okay. But we do not become friends with these people. Do not bring them into your close friend circle. They should not become your best friend. Keep them at a distance. Avoid sharing too much personal information with them. You guys should study how Beyonce treats her fans. When I see Beyonce interacting with a fan, or even with like people in the industry that's fans of her, she's very poised, very nice and sweet. She calls everybody beautiful, but there is still a boundary there. Okay. She's not befriending them on social media. She's not talking to them like they're her best friends. And I hate to compare these two women, but I wish Nicki Minaj was a little more like Beyonce when it comes to interacting with her fans, or people just in the industry that are also fans of her. See, Nicki has built this connection with her fans where it feels like a best friendship, like they're best friends. It's not fan versus celebrity. So these fans become too intertwined with the celebrity to the point where they start exhibiting all these traits that we've talked about, right? I mean, now there's a Barb suing Nicki because he claims that Nicki invited him to her hotel and allowed her husband to put his hands on this fan. Okay. If this is true, why the hell, as a celebrity, are you inviting fans to your hotel? That is dangerous. I don't care how gangster you are. I've noticed on social media that these fans are very possessive and controlling of her. Like Nicki should wear her hair like this. Okay, she needs to do the performance like this. She needs to date this guy and not that guy. She needs to wear this outfit to outshine that girl. Okay, they live through this woman. Okay, they want to control her. Right? That's not endearing. That's dangerous. Okay, you do not befriend fans. Keep them at a distance. Okay. Do not make them feel close to you or bring them into your personal life. They feel like they have ownership over her and try to control her life, her music, her decisions. They feel like they're like an executive on her team. Like they're not in a fan's place. Like that's crazy. And they disrespect her too, right? They feel comfortable talking to her crazy. That's not smart. Do not befriend fans. Keep them at a distance. Okay. Keep them in a fan's place. I also hate to say this, but let's talk about Selena, right? She should have never let Yolanda that close to her. Okay. Now she's no longer here, unfortunately, right? These people become obsessed with you. You are their doll. Okay. They want to control you. They want you to belong to them. They want to live through you. They want to become you. It's not cute. You're in danger. Okay. Next, do not encourage dependency. Do not let them depend on you for their self-worth, okay? Self-esteem or validation, okay? You are not here to constantly lift them up or make them feel validated. Okay. If you start becoming the source of their confidence, they will begin to rely on you for their sense of value. Okay. That's not your job. You're not here to fill their emotional gaps, okay, or make them feel whole, okay? If they can't find their own worth without you, it's a toxic dynamic, okay? You're here to shine on your own terms. Do not be the emotional crutch for someone else's insecurities, okay? They're not your children. You should not be forced to be in control of somebody else's self-esteem, okay? If you do not give them attention, they feel unworthy. If you don't validate them, they feel inferior. That's not healthy. You can't be the one responsible for constantly boosting their self esteem and their self confidence, okay? Making them feel good about themselves. Okay? It's not your job to fill that void, okay? They need to build their own sense of worth and not rely on you for that, okay? They're not you. They can't live through you. They can't have what you have, okay? They have to live their life. It's not your responsibility, okay? Next is you want to maintain your autonomy, okay? You are your own person with your own life, with your own boundaries and your own needs. Don't let anyone, especially fans, dictate how you should live or make you feel like you owe them parts of yourself, okay? You are allowed to keep your personal space, your emotions, and your decisions to yourself. You are not their doll, okay? Don't let them control or possess you. You are not here to live out their fantasies or meet their emotional needs, okay? Like I had I had friends that would try to tell me, "Oh, don't date that guy, date this guy. Like don't start talking to that guy." Like they want it's because they actually want to date that guy, but they want to date them as me. Like they want to like be like me dating that guy. yo, I've been through a lot. This is crazy. Okay. But you are not here to live out their fantasies or meet their emotional needs. Okay, set boundaries and remember that your worth is not tied to their approval or validation. Okay, fans can admire you from afar, but they do not have the right to demand your time, attention, or to manipulate your emotions. Don't let them treat you like an extension of themselves. Do not let them treat you like their possession or their doll. Okay, stay grounded in your identity and never let anyone take control of your life or decisions. You are in charge of your own narrative. Okay, do not let them live through you. Have your sense of self and don't allow their negative comments and behaviors to change how you feel about yourself. Okay, so you guys, that was a mouthful, but I'm so serious. Like fans are crazy. Not everybody that comes into your life admiring you has good intentions for you. Sometimes they want to become you, and in order for them to become you, you have to not exist. Or if they can't really unalive you, they will just beat you down so much that you will be a shell of yourself, and then they will now become you. They will take your personality. They will take your looks, your style, your oh, ciao, ciao. I know y'all listening to this like, damn girl, you've been through a lot. Yes, bitch, I have. I catch it. All right, that's the end of the video, guys. Check out the Glow Getter Guidebook on Amazon and the Trauma Dump Journal on Amazon. For those of you that have ordered it, I have received some reviews, but I would love to know how it's working out for the rest of you guys. I really want other people to know that these books are really helpful. And so leave your review below and let other people know, let other Glow Getters know, okay? All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, and shout out to the bitches that want to be me.